Welcome to my Multimedia and Technology Applications portfolio. Thanks so much for stopping by to take a tour. Let's have a look around. This site contains all of my instructional design projects for this semester. I worked with the same topic, how to make a dry gin martini, and created all types of instruction and used different Adobe products like Photoshop, InDesign, Acrobat, Illustrator, and of course Dreamweaver. I decided to use the dry gin martini as my topic because I wanted to focus more on the instructional side than I did the content. This topic was simple enough to allow me to be creative with my instruction. The style of the page is easy to navigate and it's not too cluttered with unnecessary information or images. It's clean and simple. The colors add to the simplicity of the page. I'm using 3 main colors, which is a perfect number for a simple site. The turquoise color of the header is repeated again at the footer, which I think gives a nice sense of opening and closing. The field of user experience tells us that when people look at a website, they like to see a clear beginning and end, and we have that here with the buttons across the top forming a nice line, and again with the footer. You'll see here on my home page the links at the top that take you to each of the projects. Underneath is the header, my name and the title of the projects. I use caps for all of the headings. I think it's easier to read that way. The first time we see lowercase is down here under the About Me section where it's more of paragraph style. There we can find a short bio, and to the right you see links to my blog and resume. Let's go ahead and check out the blog. Here's my WordPress blog where I've written about these projects. I set this as a pop-up in a separate tab so it doesn't take you away from the home page. You can do that by setting your target to blank in your HTML. And going back to my home page, below this box we can see the links to both my design documents and my original documents. I wanted to make all my documents easy to access in one place. They're accessible from the home page, and then as we click through the pages, you can see that they're all still there. You can access them from any page. So if we click on one of the design documents, it takes you to another window which you can choose to download or not since they're all PDFs. I like that option so it doesn't automatically download since it's a PDF and everyone will be able to open it in their screen. But going back to my home page, if we see the original documents, for these I chose to do an automatic download, such as the video. There it automatically downloads at the bottom of the screen. To the right of my documents, you'll see my multimedia educational technology statement, or I titled it the EdTech philosophy. I have a quote and then a button that pops out. You can see my EdTech philosophy statement and then close it. Nice and convenient. And that takes us back up to the top of the page. Now let's check out the projects. Here if we click on text, you can see that the text button's highlighted so you know which page you're on. On this page, the text project displays nicely in the top box. Underneath the project, you can see a short reflection on the project. And if you want to download the original project or the design document, it's still on this same page. It's nice and easy. On the next page is the visual project. The visual project pops up in the same place as the text project. It's great to put the projects in the same place since the user's eyes are already trained on where to look for the content, and they don't have to use any mental power to navigate the site. Using that same logic, the home button should generally be in the top left of the page since that's the first place a user will look. And as we see, the home button is right there we expect to find it. Let's check out the text plus visual page. Again, the document is placed in the same place at the top where our eyes are already accustomed to looking for it. I also like that the document to show up in the top part of the page without having to scroll down too far since this document is the most important piece of information on the page. When we click on the audio tab, we see that the content is still in the same place, although the content looks a bit different since this is audio. And instead of just having the play bar, I've added the title to go with it so the user knows what the audio is going to play. Again, with our audio and visual site, the content displays at the top. Let's have a look. And then our video page, the YouTube video is embedded. And if you're trying to embed a video on your website and it keeps coming up with the widescreen black bars, make sure that you adjust your dimensions in your HTML. For my HTML, I set it my width at 700 and my height at 400, and that got the look exactly how I wanted. Now we're going to our final tab, the website portion of the instructional design site. The landing comes up with a picture, and then you can click on each tab. What's great about this is it doesn't take you to a separate page. It doesn't take any extra load time. It takes you to, everything is within the same iframe. So if I click on Jen, it takes you to content within the same iframe that the video is in. Drive remove content within the same iframe. It doesn't make you jump from page to page. And again, I've put my homepage button in the top left corner so we can easily navigate back to the homepage of the portfolio project. And here we are. Thanks for sticking around and taking this tour of my CECS 5110 portfolio project site.